I just want to get everything raw out of the way. I do want to break some news here as well. Max, you're not going to be happy. A WWE source is confirming that last night Finn Balor did sustain a concussion with that forearm that Jinder Mahal gave him.
Shit. No. I will hinder the Jinder with a knife.
Yep.
What a day!
Yeah, we shouldn't be laughing about this. Yeah, it sounds like Finn's going to be out with a concussion for a few weeks.
God.
Yeah, so...
Really?
Yeah.
He's in the Finn, and then there it's fucking... I can't... It's Jinder Mahal! Ease off on the roid shakes, dude.
Yep. Ease off on the roid shakes. Yep. Yeah. So with that, we're gonna have Max calm down a bit. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna let Max calm down a bit, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna finish up the rest of SmackDown. That is next here on SmackTalk on the Elite Ringside Network.
What is going on, guys? This is the Loose Cannon, Nate the Effing Great, here to tell you about a great company known as AJsBelts.com. Why are they so great, you ask? Well, let me tell you, they have every single championship belt that you can imagine, from classic championships to modernized championships. Hell, even they do MMA championships. They have great deals on championship belts, and I know what you're thinking. What if you can't afford them right now? No problem. They have a great layaway program, as well as if you go through PayPal credit, you can get your championship belts right away. A&J's Belts, the proud sponsors of the Squared Circle Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spencer Hart from the Elite Ringside Network. Wanted to let you know about some amazing news. You can now listen to all of our great programming on the new Satchel podcast player for your Android and iPhones. Here's the deal. While you're listening to us on Satchel, you can send us a few dollars to make all of our amazing shows even better. So if you're listening to us right now on Satchel, go ahead and click on that donate button to send us some much appreciated donations. And if you're not listening to us on Satchel, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Download the podcast player right now at satchelplayer.com. Exclusive friends of the Elite Ringside Network. Welcome back to Smack Talk here on the Elite Ringside Network and all of our great podcasting networks, Spreaker.com, iTunesPlayer.fm. Everybody, thank you so much for carrying our show. Max, you feeling... Yeah?
I was just going to say, we're back from break. It's like, man.
Welcome back to the Hinder Gender Network.
I'm going to stab Jinder to death in his sleep.
Oh, man. Yep. So, we move on with SmackDown. Of course, those of you who follow WWE religiously know that Simon Gotch has been released from WWE. Aiden English...
No, I like Simon Gotch. Why is that even... Why, God?
So, Aiden English is now a solo act, and he's... apparently
again. He used to sing in NXT before NXT was a big thing. It was fucking sweet. He's singing again. It makes up for Simon Gotch. Doesn't make up for Finn Balor, but SmackDown, yes, happy.
Did you take your pills this morning?
I wasn't prepared for the Finn.
I wasn't prepared for the Finn, and I forgot to take my pills. Yeah, so it looks like Aiden English is going to be entering a feud with Ty Dillinger. I'm all for this. I'm all for...
I hate to be this person, but if I got to pick between Ty Dillinger and a singing Aiden English, gotta go with English.
I will mute you.
Oh, okay, then I'll just start saying whatever the fuck I want. I'm sorry, man. I fucking loved his singing thing. This is great. SmackDown gains infinity +1.
That's fair. I am happy that they're bringing the singing gimmick back, because I did enjoy it when he was first in NXT. After that, we get a promo with Dolph Ziggler in the ring, letting him know, he was staying on SmackDown. SmackDown was the home that he put on the back of his shoulders. And then And then, I'm glad that they're saving Shinsuke's in-ring debut.
Oh, yeah. That being said, I saw a beautiful thing online while I was watching that it said, this is a GIF representation of Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. And it's that scene from Napoleon Dynamite where Napoleon's just saying yes over and over and punching the tetherball.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
That's all it's going to be, man. Don't get me wrong, that match is going to be pretty fun. I don't think it'll be great, but it's going to be pretty fun. But Ziggler's going to die.
Ziggler's going to die. I was funny because when they had the camera zoomed in really close on Shinsuke's face and he was doing that smile thing, I said, oh, Dolph, you're going to die.
I mean, Dolph already sells almost everything. And then again, Ziggler has the weird tendency, and I don't know if you've noticed this, he sells everything with his neck. Dude can get, dropped on his knee. Yeah, he gets kicked in the stomach, and he's, holding his neck. So this will be he'll get Kinshasa'd, and he'll be holding his neck or have a neck brace for the next 3 weeks. And it's like, what's wrong? I took a head injury. What?
One of the first shows that you and I did on the Squared Circle, we had this discussion where Dolph sells everything with his fucking neck. You could kick the man in the fucking face, and he will grab his neck. You will kick him in the shin, he will grab his neck.
Well, dude, I know for a fact I've seen the dude get, nailed with a low blow and then rammed into the turnbuckle, and he falls away from the turnbuckle, drops to his knees, holds his neck, and then just kind of flops over. And I'm like, dude, motherfucker hit you in the lower back and balls. What the fuck?
Yep.
But I agree. Going back to the point, I agree with you. They're saving his Raw debut. I personally,
SmackDown.
I think they should save it for a pay-per-view.
SmackDown.
I'm in SmackDown. Sorry, SmackDown. Got excited. Shut up. I think they should save it for a pay-per-view, though.
I agree.
And I know some people be like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" I don't want to make this sound bad, but when it comes to wrestlers who aren't Caucasian, especially from Japan, WWE doesn't have the best track record. Kai and Tai, choppy, yo, pee. All right?
Always the best example.
And this dude is basically the Brock Lesnar of Japan. They have to make this seem big, not just because he's the Brock Lesnar of New Japan, but also because it's a chance for them to really go, hey, you know how we used to be really just, you know how back in the day you got to, every pay-per-view should have been called In Your House, watch this through clenched teeth? Yeah, we've progressed. Mm-hmm. We'll let the women bump like maniacs. We'll let guys like this happen. So pay-per-view debut for him.
Well, it's funny because Frost from A Slack Off the Show on here on the Elite Ringside Network was overwatching the SmackDown with me and Bob, and he's never seen Shinsuke Nakamura. And he said he looks like he could kill that man, and I said, "Oh, you have no idea." And then I told him about the Bomb-A knee and how he legitimately kicks people in the face. He's like, Yes.
Well, the best part is Shinsuke Nakamura probably really could kill him because dude has a pretty stellar MMA record and he did that alongside his early stages of his wrestling career. And his version of strong style is just, I'm going to go MMA on you now. That used to be what all he did. Then he just started adding wrestling stuff to it. So I'm pretty sure that he could probably murder. Oh my God, I want Shinsuke versus Lesnar now.
Oh God, a man could dream. I really want that now. Thanks, Max.
You're welcome. Well, it's not like they're ever going to switch Lesnar to SmackDown.
Fair.
Doesn't matter. SmackDown would have to pull down double the ratings Raw gets before anyone on either creative team, and yes, I mean SmackDown's creative team, would go, wow, this is the A show now. It doesn't matter. So you'd have to have Nakamura on Raw, and now we're getting into fantasy booking, and that's not what we're supposed to talk about.
And we'll be here for days. So, it was also announced after that segment, the New Day is coming to SmackDown.
I'm kind of surprised about that.
I am too, and I think I'm good surprised. Because it seems to me that they've done everything they can on Raw as a tag team.
What are they going to do on SmackDown differently, though?
Be the SmackDown tag team champions?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the New Day. I still do, in spite of everything. And I do think that there is, potential for them on SmackDown. The problem I'm seeing, though, is they were in the spotlight for a long time, especially for modern-day wrestling. Mm-hmm. They were tag champions for a long time, again, especially for modern wrestling. And most people agree they probably jumped the shark at least twice. They managed to come back from it, but let's face it, at this point, they're just good. They're not really great anymore.
Right.
What can they really do new or different on SmackDown, especially since they blow-up-dolled Kofi Kingston? And blow-up-doll, but he was taken out. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like them being drafted to SmackDown is a precursor to a New Day breakup.
You think so?
I do. But now that being said, I think it should be a slow burn. Think back to what I said. They were on top for a while. They weren't just on top. They were popular, and they still get crazy pops. Hell, even when people were like, oh my God, fuck the New Day, people would still go crazy when they came out. So I think they deserve a good story to split them up. And I don't even think that the split up should be a breakup. I think it could just be the three of them going their separate ways and deciding to, actually, this is a slow burn one. We're in a new place. We got to make sure we spread the power of positivity as much as possible. They decide to go singles for a while. Boom.
I agree. I don't think that if you... I don't think if you break up the New Day, I agree, it should not be heel turns by any means. It should just be a simple, we've done everything we can as a team. I'm going to head out and do this. I'm going to go after this. I'm going to go after this person. You could even make the case that Kofi, when he comes back, the next Superstar Shake-up or draft or whatever, you could make the case that Kofi goes after one of the guys from Revival, Scott Dawson, or something like that. I agree. It shouldn't be somebody turns on somebody or they all turn on each other kind of thing.
Yeah, no, none of that. Leave it in such a way that they could definitely come back together, because they're definitely a team that after we haven't seen them for a while, people are going to want to see again. And even at that point, they could go back to some of their old material and it would feel fresh.
I agree. I completely agree. So let's move into the main event. I know we alluded to it and kind of spoiled who won. So AJ Styles is the new number one contender for the United States Championship. So now, explain this to me, because I guess I didn't understand this correctly. Is Chris Jericho now out of this match? I don't understand it.
I think he might be, and okay. If we stick to the storyline, no, they haven't given us any kind of, why would he not be in the match? If we look behind the scenes, so to speak, dude's probably taking his Fozzy tour.
Right.
So the problem is, and this is what I always say, SmackDown's better than Raw when it comes to creativity and writing, but at the same time, it's still WWE, and it's still staffed by people. They fuck up, and that's in regards to being human. In regards to WWE, they fall back on old ideas and old habits. And one of their old habits is, oh, this person is leaving. Bye, see you later. Well, how are we going to write them off TV? They're just not on TV anymore. And that's it.
Yeah.
They've done this so many. Even at their